come that fateful day when stinking bits of slime first crawled from the sea and shouted to the cold stars, I am man. Our greatest dread has always been the knowledge of our own mortality. But tonight, we shall hurl the gauntlet of science into the frightful face of death itself. Tonight, we shall ascend into the heavens. We shall mock the earthquake. We shall command the thunders and penetrate into the very womb of impervious nature herself. When I give the word, throw the first switch.
You've got it, Master.
Get ready. Get set. Go! Throw the second switch. Throw the third switch.
Not the third switch.
Throw it, I say! Throw it! Life! Life, do you hear me? Give my creation life!
All right, welcome to Late Night with the Dookey. I, of course, am Stones XYZ. This is where we play Dookie Dash, crash a ton, play some video clips of crashes, talk about random things, talk about stream drops, talk about the stream drop community, talk about just about anything that comes to mind. So if anybody wants to chat about a specific topic, just let me know. So first thing we're going to do tonight is there is a stream drop going already. If you want to keep the stream drop going, all you got to do is feed Billy. If you've been hanging out with me and you're part of the stream drop community, you already know this, how to do that. You just type !FEED in the chat. You can queue up to 3, so that way stream drops are going for 15 minutes, no problem. We'll keep them rolling. I set a timer up there so that you guys know when a drop is to be expected. If the clock is going, that means there's a drop running, and that's how much time we have to wait before we can do another one. So the first thing I'm going to do tonight is because I've been talking about this empty space over here on the screen. We're just going to quickly do something with that. So let's fix this quick. That way we never have to think about it again. So we get some text here. Font. I want my font that I like to use. Where is it? Right there. And the color. I like this green. Right. And I like an outline on it of 20. And I like the outline to be black. Okay. Now where did that go? Where did that go? Here. Nothing. Text 4. Where are you? Maybe we just type something in there first. Hello, world. That way you can figure out where it is. It's somewhere weird. Shrink this. It's so big over on my side. And scroll forever. All right, fit to screen. First thing here, transform. Fit to screen. There it is. Okay. Nice. So we can drag this over here. We can bring it, somewhere in this spot. Yeah. Drag it to the edge. Make it line up. It's already time for a drop. So let's do that. I gotta refresh this page. As always, you got to refresh your page at the proper time. We're gonna hit this little clock once I press the button on my side to launch one. That way you know exactly when to expect another one. And we're gonna try and launch them as fast as possible. That's what we talk about here. That's a lot of what we talk about is how to win the carnival. It's the gist. You have to drop the most drops in the 2-week period. And you have to have enough people, fans, that want the drops. And it's simple as that. So our website is thinking a little harder here. So I'm going to continue with my text before we continue on with the drop, because it is thinking hard. So commands. Nice. Very good. So that is, we're just going to copy that. Oops, wrong thing. Copy the commands box. That one. Should get another one right here. Okay. Cool. Alright, looks like the drop is ready, so I can now press that. We'll do trivia, because I know you guys like trivia. Sorry for this little housekeeping here on the screen. It certainly does not want to let me give you guys trivia in a fast manner. Tonight, the trivia is running slow, which is part of the pains that we deal with on this side of the game. Come on. Okay, I think I gave you the Billy quiz, and I'm hitting the timer on my watch, and I'm hitting the timer on the screen. Start, so we know when that's going to be ready. So this one... Okay. So what we're going to do with commands here is we're just going to put all of our commands that we have that you guys as fans can type into the chat. So the first one, the most important one, feed. To feed Billy. Okay, next one. Stream drop. For a stream referral. Isn't this fun? I would have done this earlier, but I couldn't stop my stream. I would have had to stop my stream to do this, as far as I know. Next one here is show. Next one, secret. The secret word. Next one. How? Learn more about stream and drops. Good. This one. Cheese. Get a message. Not a massage, a message from cheese. And we have this one. Bah. That one's a secret. Okay, that's all of them. Now, this is going to look crazy, I'm sure, just like a jumbling mess. Oh, because this is the same. I copied that text to this text, so this has to be new text. This has to be a new text box. So what we do is we change the name of it first. Maybe that'll work. Text 5. Huh? Nope, change them both. Okay. Go back to this one. First, I'm going to copy all of this. Good. This is what we do on the show. We don't actually play Dookey Dash, so that's fun. Right? So we go back up to this one. Change that back to secret. Or commands, rather. Delete. Delete all that. Come on, let's go. We're wasting precious time. Commands. Type in chat. Boom. Okay. Now this one we just delete. Yep. And we're gonna get a new text box. New text. Text 6. Is it still on my clipboard? Yes. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we gotta go through all of this again. Look, it's crazy. It's crazy. Select the right font. This one. Right? Oh boy. Oh boy. Select the color. We want the green. Nice. Oh yeah. Background. We want border. So we gotta do that. 20. Black. Black. Nice. Okay, well, it's time to do a drop, so let's do that while we continue our housekeeping live on screen, on stream. This is kind of what we do in one of our other shows that we do. It's called Live Online Surgery with Mainstones XYZ, in which, that's a whack-a-mole, apologies, but it is off, it is ready. That's how quick you can do those sometimes. We basically just, okay, first thing here, first things first, fit to screen, so we can grab it, transform it, fit to screen, now it's huge, boom, we can shrink her down, and we can bring her over here. Let me just pull off the side here. Does this read alright? Yeah, it looks fine. It's down there, and we can stretch it to there. Not bad. Maybe we'll tinker with it later. It works for now. It works for now. Let's get about our business. Of course, I asked for a little bit of help from the community to keep the stream drops rolling. In order to do that, you just need to feed Billy. You can feed Billy up to 3 times for 15 minutes of drops, or you can feed him once for 5 minutes of drops, aka 1 drop. Every time you feed him, it's a drop. So essentially, if you just feed him every once in a while, the drops will keep on coming. The show will go on. We won't have to worry about it. We won't have to talk about it. That's it. So let's get on with our business here. We play Dookey Dash. So we're going to play some Dookey Dash. And of course, every time I hit something, I play a video clip of a crash. We get that dang server error every time we try and do this Moo Moo Madness. So there we go. On with the show. Thanks for being patient. We're going to run out of power shards during the show. Yikes. And then after this run, we're going to address the chat and see who's over here active. Talk to the community and the people that are having a good time doing the stream drops and the carnival, getting the tickets, having a good time. Maybe not having a good time. Who knows? Who knows? I've been having a good time. It's got its ups and its downs. It's been a grueling little over a week and a half in the sense of, you know, if you want to be in the top 10 on the content creators, you just have to be online as much as possible, regardless of the content that you're putting out, because you can only win by having the most tickets. And then, you know, if you're like a content creator that comes on and does one stream a day for 1 hour, even if you have 1 million subscribers, it doesn't matter, because you need all 1 million of those subscribers to be members of the stream community, aka people who play the stream drop mini games. And so it's going to be crazy to think that some of the content creators that are, you know, currently in the lead on the rankings here in this 2-week period for Carnival 2 may or may not even be providing much content. They're just online, playing, sending out as many mini games as possible, and that's okay. That's not the fault of the community. It's how the system was designed. So for those of you that are trying to get as many tickets as possible, I commend you. I've done the same. I have done the same. Okay, so that's what happens here. We crash. We play a little clip. We're gonna do a lot of R2 because it's all right, we should be back. I, of course, am not looking at my OBS software, so I didn't know if that even went. Okay, let's check on everybody over here. It's time to do drops. We better do that before we talk to people. We're gonna have a hard stop tonight at 1:15 because I think we started at 11:15 my time. So we go for 2 hours. Maybe a couple extra minutes. After that, I'm going to go back over to the Billy board for a little bit. Play around in there for a little bit. And then I'm going to bed. 2 o'clock. Again, I got to go to bed. Okay, so this page is loading still. So that tells you a lot. So Engine Money was here before the show even started and said feed. He was like hours before the show started. Tony said we back. Billy singing some songs. Tony said good morning to me, so I say good morning to you, Tony D. I appreciate you. You've been so fun today. He says the Billy board is interesting. You dang right it is. You like the fireworks ending? Cool. I thought you guys would appreciate that. Maybe enjoy that. I didn't quite get all the Billy board frames set up right, so it wasn't perfect, but we can work on that. Tony fed Billy a couple of times there. He keeps doing, you gotta do, if you do exclamation point feed 3 times in one sentence or one chat entry, it's only gonna feed him once, so you gotta do it separately. Astro fed Billy. Thank you for feeding Billy. Astro, good to see you. James Stevens in here. He's feeding Billy. Good to see you, James Steven. All you guys are supporting everybody else that's playing the little mini games right now. So thank you guys so much. All the commands are now on the screen. If you want to participate in anything, if you need a referral, it's up there. If you want to do the cheese message, you get a message from cheese. If you want to do that last one, it's a secret message. If you need to know the show for one of the quizzes, it's right there. If you need to know the secret word, it's right there. All you gotta do is type exclamation point that word in the chat and it'll tell you exactly what you need to know. So let's get this stream drop going. I think it's finally ready. It's being slow. I should have never logged out. Okay. We're gonna do trivia. Okay, now she's kind of flying. This is exactly the kind of stuff I talk about. Is like, okay, how can you be the best at getting these things to fly out of my hand into your hand? So the first one we're gonna do that current show, which is easy if you just like have been paying attention. You know what the name of the show is. It might even say on your screen. But also, if you need to know, you can type the command. All right, let's do it. Let's get back to playing Dookey Dash. So, of course, my goal is to get into the top 250 of Dookey Dash here. I just need a high score, get my score in the top 250. If I do so, I will make the end of season tournament, which is in like 29 days now. If I get in that, I get an invite into the end of season tournament, which has a prize pool of over like 1 million ape coins. So that's kind of our goal. I started this channel, this show, as just kind of a video journal of my playing of this. I didn't even, when I started, I had no microphone. I didn't have any of this. You know, I had stuff on the screen, but the show has definitely evolved. Now it's kind of the point where, at least during the carnival here, it's been more of like a talk show while I do what I do. And, you know, I finally added a microphone so that I can chat. And here is this one. All right, welcome back. That's called The Longest Death Ever. I found that on YouTube. I thought it was pretty funny. So somebody took some time to put that together, and I just use it because it's funny and it plays along with the crashes in this game. Okay, I think, okay, so yeah, you guys have fed Billy. We're good. We'll say we're good for the next like three drops. So we'll just play Dookey Dash. There's one coming here, and oh, I didn't set the timer, you guys. Oops. Okay. Well, I got the timer on my. No, I don't. No, I don't. I think we're good in 2 minutes. So let me know in 2 minutes. We'll get a drop going. We're gonna do a run. We're gonna try and keep this efficient here, because I'm supposed to be playing Dookey Dash, not just dropping drops and fiddling with my interface and all that stuff. But so what happened today? What happened in the world of the stream carnival today? Mr. Retweet got promoted to a creator. Congratulations to him. This is no country for old men. Youch. Yeah, so he got promoted to creator. He's now playing poker live on stream while giving out stream drop games and tickets. So I think he was doing pretty good so far. He's been definitely having fun, which is important, because that's the whole point. Okay, I have launched it, so I'm pressing my watch. We're gonna get that drop timer going on the screen so you guys know what's up, in case you're not listening, and that's okay if you're not. But anybody that's here and has been coming to the Late Night with Dookey show, I really appreciate you coming back. Anybody that's new, I appreciate you being here. This is kind of what we do. I tend to have adult beverages as well, so I get a little bit more saucy as the show goes on, and I talk a little bit more crazy. Sometimes I do some crazy stuff, but for now we're pretty good. I do have an adult beverage, although it needs to be... Oh, the drop didn't go. See what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna fire it off again. Nope, I must have been early. Okay, we're gonna try again. Damn you. Damn you. Okay, it's going now. For real. For real. Start it over. See, I was early. Okay. Did it start over? Yes. Tony's talking. He said, that saucy is funny. Yeah. I do get a little saucy. I get a little salty sometimes too. But today we're in a good mood. We've been in a good mood. I just like to talk about the things that are kind of on the top of my head and, may concern some other people. I know that, obviously it's hard to design a perfect system. And there are always going to be cracks for, people to take advantage or figure out a way to game it. It is a game, after all. I'm sorry about that. My freaking mouse cord was pulling on me, so I was tugging on it. And, yeah, well, we crashed. So, this is Rush. Another fantastic movie. If you've never seen it, it's about an American racer and a German racer who competed against each other for years, and it's really about kind of the fire in the belly of the guy who is constantly in second place. Like, he wants to be the best so bad that he goes to extreme limits to be the best, and it's definitely worth a watch. So check it out. It's called Rush, R-U-S-H. It's got Thor in it, Helmsworth, Chris, and it's one of the best movies. It's one of my favorite movies. And it's a racing movie, so I don't know. Some people don't like racing movies, but that movie is great. About F1. And if you like F1, if you've never seen the Senna documentary, holy cow, that'll blow your mind how good that is. That guy was incredible, long time ago, but the Brazilians, they know what's up. If you're in here and you're from Brazil, that guy was a goat. I mean, that guy was the Michael Jordan of F1 racing. Saw somebody talking some shit about my video game playing ability over in Mr. Retweet stream today, and I was like, oh, I never said I was good. I just said this is my goal. I didn't say I was good. I said my goal is to do this. I try. Sometimes I don't try as hard as I should the other days. I haven't been practicing very much, so I haven't been playing as well as I was. So in Carnival 1, it was literally just a video log, And if you go back, if you wanted to, you could go back and watch those and actually see my skill improve. And if you were to get to, say the start of this carnival, you could go back and watch my skill decline over the past 2 weeks. It's pretty funny. But nonetheless, it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. This is now my favorite kind of show that I do. I think this is my favorite show. I don't know. It depends on the day. I've been playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate as well, when I feel like it. Not so much a scheduled program, but that's a lot of fun. But I don't kind of do this thing where I talk to the community as much, because it's just kind of a hack and slasher, so you're kind of busy smashing buttons and trying to stay alive. And if you find the right community member that wants to hang out during that show, like, I like to let them choose our decision paths, because it's one of those things. So every time you beat a level, you get to pick an upgrade. And your choices really affect your outcome on the game. And so it's really fun if there's anybody that wants to play along. However, there is a delay from the stream to the content creator to the chatter. So it does take like an extra 30 seconds every time a decision needs to be made. But it's not too bad if you're doing stream drops, because you can be like, okay, Tony, think about which one of these powers you want, as an example. I'm going to get the stream drop going. And so we're kind of working together. And instead of having dead air doing stream drops, you've literally got a community member out there thinking about the decision that will continue forth on the keep the run going. So it's kind of fun in that regard. I think I might play some of that tomorrow, if anybody cares or wants to play along. It's a roguelite, so every time you play, it gets a little bit harder. Every time you die, you just start over and keep upgrading your character as time goes on. Okay, well, that thing has been buzzing my hand for going on, I don't know, a minute. This is Super 8. Alright, we should be back from that. I am pressing the quiz. I'm going to try and do trivia. I'm going to try and keep doing trivia, guys, okay? Unless we fall behind on a drop, then I will smash a whack-a-mole, because they are the easiest to fire off. That is going. We're going to get this going over here so you guys know. We're going to address the chat while we're here. Tony says, are you having fun? I am having fun. Thank you. He fed Billy a couple of times, so we're good. I don't have to think about it. He says, that's what matters, is that you're enjoying yourself as well. I am enjoying myself. It's important to enjoy yourself. Like, I know some of those content creators out there that are, trying to get in the top 10 are not enjoying themselves right now, because they are only hitting the button every 5 minutes. They're not doing anything else. So that's what they're doing. And it's not so bad for me, because I'm doing other things as the main focus, and then on the side hitting the button as often as I need to. So rather than the job being pressing the button, the job is playing the games and hanging out in the Billy boardroom, or the Billy board, making content in online surgery show, and killing Foot Clan members in the Turtle show. And then every once in a while, I go over and press the button. But some of the other content creators, their literal job is just making sure they press the button every 5 minutes. And that's not fun, if you know what I'm saying. And Pablo Gaming, good to see you. Thanks for popping in the chat. We'll be streaming for 24 hours. I will be streaming for 24 hours starting Saturday at 8 p.m. my time. That's Pacific time. And so for 24 hours, I'll be streaming, and it'll end at the exact time of the carnival. I have yet to create the show, but I will do it after. I might do it during break, so if anybody wants to set a notification for it, they can. It's called 24 Hours of Utter Madness. And that's what we're going to have. We're going to have 24 Hours of Utter Madness. We may play some Dookey Dash. We may play some Turtles. We may do some online surgery. We may hang out on the Billy board. I guarantee you we're going to hang out on the Billy board during that 24-hour session. But I will be streaming for 24 hours. I will be awake the whole time. And I will be doing drops as often as you guys want them for 24 hours. I am now at the point where I don't just spam the button. I ask for you guys to want me to press the button for you. Does that make sense? I want it to be fun for all of us, and so that's kind of why we do this thing now. I just ask for a little bit of interaction. As long as you are interacting with me, I'm happy to do it. But I'm not just going to do it for the sake of doing it. Okay? Straightforward. If you've been in the Billy board, there is a message in there for me that tells you kind of how I felt about this situation. Hopefully you've read it. If not, pop in there. It pops up every once in a while. It takes a little while to read because it's a little long, but maybe I'll share it here. If you guys want me to share it here, I can share it here during this show. We'll read it out loud. We'll talk about it. But otherwise, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So, thank you, Coney. Says that's cool. We're going to get right back in here. I may take a early break on this show to grab some more adult beverage so that we can get more saucy and keep the show rolling. Because we've only spent 2 energy, so let's get in there. I'm going to have to buy some of these power shards with my coins here, unfortunately. So you guys are going to have to watch that. I should have waited. See? Right now. So rather than doing this, I should have waited, because the run could certainly go for 5 minutes or longer if I'm doing well. And I knew that in 1 minute I can do another stream drop, but that's really not much. That's really not content sitting here and waiting to do it. However, I am talking. We're talking about things, so in that regard, I guess that is content. I've been trying to, at least if I'm gonna be playing the carnival game, and trying to get in the top 10 of the creators, I've been trying to do it with content. So, even if I've been online and providing stream drops, it has been while also trying to provide at least some sort of content. So I crashed, so it's good because it was a good time. My arm was buzzing. This is Ferrari. Okay, you should be back from that. I love that one. You see the guy go flying through the air. It's hard to see, but if you look hard, it is there. So, what? Let's see. This one. Okay. Trivia is up. Wristwatch going. And we're back. Okay, so we're going to just dive right in. Tony D says, I get it. He laughs. Talking to and with us is good. I agree. That is important. Because also, it shouldn't be a job for you guys as well. Like, we all know that you all want as many tickets as possible. But only so many of them are going to be good. So I don't know. I'm sure some of you have probably created alternate accounts and are trying to farm as many tickets as you can on multiple accounts. But just know, like, if you are on one account and you have 10,000 tickets, you're not going to be able to trade all those in. Like, you may be able to trade in 500 because there's more people playing this time around and it's the same prize pool as first carnival. So if you're one of those people that has, say, 2,000 tickets you may want to think your strategy here before you keep going on that account. Now, you never know. The team may come up with some kind of plan for people that have accumulated a ton of tickets over time. But right now, as far as we know, it is going to be just like the first carnival. So it's kind of a mad rush to a room with a pile of money, where you can get access to that room once a day. And once all the money is gone, that's it. Your tickets are no longer good. And so if you have too many tickets, like, you're just not going to be able to use them all. So make sure you're doing what you're doing responsibly. Don't overdo it. Make sure you're getting your rest. I think the reason that the carnival is so long is because they want people to get, enough tickets to where it's, if you wanted to get 500 tickets, save for one content creator, you could do it in 2 weeks relatively easy without having to be online 24 hours a day or 20 hours a day or 10 hours a day. You could get 500 tickets pretty easily in 2 weeks for, like, you might be able to do it in 1 hour. You can get 12 tickets from one content creator. So if you wanted 500 tickets from, say, Cheeses, you would need to be on, I don't know, was that 50 hours? Something like that? Is that math? Here's Ferrari again, but a different one. Okay, we should be back from that clip. Oh, we got Casey popping in. Casey Wizzy, good to see you. GM. She says, GM to me, I'm back like I never left. Any update announcement on this tickets? Because I'm done and tired stacking all these tickets. Yeah, there is no update yet. The team is at a conference, and I don't know when they come back. In the town hall, they said they were going to make an announcement about it, but they have not done that yet. So unfortunately, with only a couple days to go, it's unknown. I would say you don't want any more than 500 tickets on a single account. So if you have more than 500 tickets, you should maybe make another account if you want to keep doing what you're doing. Tony deleted something and he says, I'm doing this thing as something new for me. I have no clue what I'm really doing. And then he fed Billy. And they fed Billy again. So thank you. Tony's a real goat. I don't know if you guys know that. He's been keeping the drops coming from me single-handedly so that all of you guys can keep playing the games. Because I don't just spam the button anymore. So in 30 seconds, I can do another one. For anybody that is listening in and doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about, all you have to do is type one of those. You can type any of those commands there on the screen into the YouTube chat, and you'll get a message for each one with more information in the chat about which one does. But if you feed Billy, the drops will keep coming. That's all that you really need to know. Billy, of course, is the bot that runs in all of my shows. He's a singing Billy Goat. He's crazy. Actually, he's super crazy. Because he's a goat. And he's, and he's stupid too. He deletes people's messages and doesn't provide any real help to anyone other than he eats tin cans. And he gives people nods of acknowledgement. Which is pretty cool, actually. Okay, stream drop. Let's go. Trivia. Boom. Okay, we're flying here. NFT quiz. Not bad. I think we're good. That one fired off smoothly. Very smoothly. And then I just add, because I have this drop timer over here, that's a couple extra seconds. But the game is going. The drop is up. Down the tunnel we go. We're doing on time here. 11:56 already? Okay. 45 minutes in. Abouts. A lot of rambling, not a lot of tunnel. Not a lot of sewer time. It's alright. And of course we're playing Dookey Dash here. The whole point of this game is to get a high score. That's it. It's an endless runner, if you will. Although it always ends because you eventually will die. And so you're just trying to get a high score. It ain't easy. These little things that are glowing are collectibles. They give you the most points. You can also get points by hitting all this junk that's here. See all this stuff? You get points for crashing into these walls. But you get the most points for the big junk, like Christmas trees here. And that's pretty much it. You can dash every couple of seconds. However, if you dash and you hit a big object, you can dash again like this. So that's like the most important thing to know about how to play. Is that as long as you hit something big, you can dash again without the timer. Because if you dash, and you dash early into, say, here, if I was to dash, I would not have been able to dash through the wall. And so that's kind of how you die a lot of times, is where you're like over dashing or under dashing. So like right there, I was trying to dash through that object, but I couldn't because my dash is expired. And what else is there to say? There's two power-ups. They are the magnet and the snail. The magnet attracts the collectibles to you as you're flying through the tunnel, so you don't have to pick them up. It's a high score builder. Also, the snail slows down time and it goes into snail time. And then if you pick up collectibles while doing that, this is the magnet, you get like a triple score modifier on all those things. So like the orange ones are worth 2,000 normally, but if you pick it up with a snail, it's like 6,000 or 9,000 or something. So I don't know the exact multiplier, but it's important that when you have the snail to try and get the collectibles. But one other thing that it does is slows you down and takes you out of rhythm from being going fast on the tunnel, like we are kind of are now. It gets much faster, but that's the gist. So when you have the frickin' magnet, you want to be slamming the dash as best as you can. Keep going down the tunnel, because the faster you're going, the more magnets, the more time you'll have magnets sucking the collectibles in. It's an easy game, but it's not easy at all. It takes a lot of great hand-eye coordination, which I don't really have, as you guys can tell. You know, we come in here, we talk all the stuff, we get kind of in a groove. Sometimes we get in a groove and play well. Astro has seen me break my high score a bunch of times, so he's like the one person that's kind of been hanging out with me. Him and a couple other people have been kind of hanging out with me since I joined as a stream content creator, so I appreciate you, Astro. I really do. Tony's been hanging out a lot recently, so I appreciate you, Tony. And then sometimes you just catch a piece of junk, it'll kick you right up into something and you die, and you're like, man, I was having a good run. What the fuck was that, right? I'm just gonna cycle back here and we're gonna do rush again. Alright, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, where are we at here? 4 minutes to that. Do we have a drop going? CJ, are you listening to me? So nobody can claim their gems or their experience right now because there's a bug. Everybody has to wait, including the content creators. Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be fine. You just have to wait. Everybody has to wait, so you're not losing any ground on anybody or anything like that. Okay, sorry, Whack-A-Mole. I didn't know if I had one going or not, so I just spammed one off. So let's get the drop timer going over here. I think that's ready. 4:36. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna address the chat real quick because that was a pretty decent run. Casey Wizzy, thank you for feeding Billy. Billy smokes some cracks. He sure does. He's a crazy goat. And Tony says, since you've taught me some things in playing in this drop game, I continue to play it, even though it states I've reached my max for the day. Yeah, Tony. So in regards to that, because the carnival is going on, it's a promotion that happens separately on the side of stream. You know, a normal user, when there's not a carnival on, wants to max out their experience and their gems every day, because at some point there will be like a token airdrop to them, a cryptocurrency airdrop is what we assume. So you want to max those out every day if you can. We can also do that on our side as content creators, so we try and max that out every day as well. But we get shards, which is different. I don't know how, but they're different. But the carnival, every time you play a minigame, you get a ticket. And at the end of the carnival, you can redeem a certain amount of tickets. It's probably 50 for your chance to, you know, take some of that money out of that giant room of $15,000 for the fans. So you get one chance a day, I think it's a day, to take a little bit out of there for 50 tickets. How much money you get is random. So you may get $5, you may get $10, you may get $100. But I think it's kind of average around the, you know, $6 to $8 to $9. And that's how that works. And so once all the money is gone, you can't do any more redemptions. So if you get 500 tickets, say, that means you'd be able to redeem all those tickets over 10 days, or maybe it's every 12 hours or something. But once the money is gone, your tickets, you can no longer use them. So that's what everybody's doing right now as fans, is they're trying to collect as many tickets as possible to kind of have a mad rush for that pile of money that you guys are all sharing. Don't forget you're sharing it. Okay, so then Casey Wizzy says, Billy, will you marry me? You gotta talk to Billy. Casey, I don't know. Come on. CJ, we addressed your question. Nobody can claim their gems or their experience. You just have to wait. It's fine. Don't worry about it, okay? It's gonna be there. Tony says, appreciate your show, and you as well. Thank you, Tony. You've been great. Casey and Tony fed Billy. Billy is getting stuff, you guys. Thank you for feeding Billy. We'll just keep... just keep feeding Billy. He loves it. Rundum says sound on. Yeah, 100%. You need sound on. If you're not listening to me, what the hell are you doing? Like, you just getting tickets? You need to know how many you need to have. I'm telling you. Thank you for feeding Billy, Rundum. He says GM, brother. All right, GM to you, 100% from CJ. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. What we got here? What's the time? What's the time on that ticker? A minute? I can crash in a minute, can't I? Alright, we're gonna crash. We'll just do... Okay, I'm gonna do a regular run. So, all these power-ups here, these things, I pay for these separately with money. Okay? You can buy them with in-game currency, gold, that you earn from just playing and practicing. But because of this show, I was like, I need to have a lot of these things so that I can have, you know, juiced up runs while I play. So I'm going to play a run without the power-ups and show you how different it is. So I can get this, but my magnet now ends, like, that quickly. It's over. And this is a snail. It lasts that long. It's over. Okay? So if you want to get a high score in this game, you have to have these power-ups. Well, you don't have to, but it's like, would seem inevitable that you would not do as well as the other players. And your dash, I can't dash. I'm trying to dash. I'm trying to dash. I'm trying to dash. Okay, it finally went. When you are playing with the third power up that you can buy from the store, it cuts your dash time in half, which is the most important thing that you need to be good at this game. So that's why I do the power ups every time, because I'm trying to get into the tournament. I'm trying to give myself the best chance to get there. Even if I crash like 5 seconds in, like, it sucks because I paid for those things, but I don't really pay that much. That's my goal, so I'm trying to do what I need to do to get there. But anyway, here's R2D2. Alright, you guys are probably back from that video clip, maybe. Trying to get a quiz going, because I know you guys prefer trivia over whack-a-mole, because you can play it faster. As a person trying to collect tickets, you want to be done with the games as fast as possible, because I think you might be able to switch around. I don't know. I don't play it as hard as you guys play it, but I think that's why you guys like trivia. Okay, we'll start that timer. Rundum says Billy is gonna pop, guys. He is gonna pop, and that's fine. Okay. Right, we got a full clock. So let's do it. Let's get in here and do another run. Try and have a good one. And then after this one, I'm gonna take that short break and be right back. Maybe like 10-minute break, okay? But I will keep the drops running during that time. That's the beauty of it, is that I can do it from my phone. So, for instance, today, you know, like I said, I'm no longer just spamming the button. I've decided, like, if people want them. Okay, well, that was a terrible run. So, here is No Country for Old Men. Okay, we're back already. So what I was trying to get at is that what I was trying to say is I'm no longer just spamming that button. I could be going about my life. I could go to the mall, you know, as long as I am hitting the button every 5 minutes, I can keep, you know, handing out the games for the fans. However, like, I'm trying to say that I had a little bit of integrity here, and then I'm not trying to do that. And that's why I now ask for people to ask for the drops. So if you guys want them, and now I ask you to ask for them. That way I don't have to, like, just spam them while I'm trying to live my life over this 2-week period. And some people are doing that. But today, you know, I had the Billy board up. It's kind of my defense mechanism to people that are just spamming the button all day. To where I'm like, okay, well, if I don't do something similar, there's no way I could finish in the top 10 of content creators, because these people will, they will just have so many tickets over so many hours, over so many days, that it would be impossible to, you know, compete against them. So the Billy board was my defense mechanism. I'm like, okay, well, if people want me to spam the button all day, at least I'm going to provide a cool, interesting place to where they can join me if they want to. And I'll provide the drops. And so that's why I built that. And I'm not always in there. I'm not always active. I'm not always spamming the button. And I'm pretty straightforward, and I say, look, you know, drops are on. or drops are off, or like if I'm gone, there's Billy will tell you guys that I'm gone and there are no drops. So if you see I'm live, like you can at least go in there and know that I'm not actually in there. I'm just online, but I'm not doing drops. And now I'm coming to the point now. I'm like, okay, well the Billy board may still be up sometimes when I'm kind of just hanging out and doing things. This is Super 8 again.
Oh my God!
This is so fast. It's so fast. Oh boy, okay. So I'm gonna just ramble on for this next until I get this drop going. So what I was trying to say is that when I'm in there and I'm doing drops, I'm actually there. I'm in there. I'm chatting with people. If you come in there and ask questions, I've been helping people with their questions. Like I've answered CJ's question 1,000 times in the past 5 days, probably. So just know that, like, I'm not just in there spamming the button. That's why I've kind of built the feed Billy thing, because I want you guys to tell me that you want the drops. Like you're hanging out with me, because I'm over here hanging out, and at least over there I'm providing some sort of content, even if it's crazy in there. It is a place where you could, if you sat there and just jam to the music, it's kind of like a video DJ situation. Tony was in there before, like he said at the beginning of the show, he's like, the fireworks thing was really cool. And he's right, it was cool. It wasn't how I wanted it to come up, but it's kind of hard to get everything to work properly if you don't fiddle right. So that's kind of where we're at there. So let's get this drop going. I'm going to take that short break, and then we'll come back, and we'll finish Late Night with the Dookey. I hope you've been having a good time. Tonight, I, of course, am Stones XYZ. That's me. Thank you for hanging.
day when stinking bits of slime first crawled from the sea and shouted to the cold stars, I am man. Our greatest dread has always been the knowledge of our own mortality. But tonight, we shall hurl the gauntlet of science into the frightful face of death itself. Tonight, we shall ascend into the heavens. We shall mock the earthquake. We shall command the thunders and penetrate into the very womb of impervious nature herself. When I give the word, throw the first switch.
You've got it, Master.
Get ready. Get set. Go! Throw the second switch. Throw the third switch.
Not the third switch.
Throw it, I say! Throw it! Life! Life, do you hear me? Give my creation life!
All right, we are back. This is, of course, Late Night with the Dookey and me, Stones XYZ. I appreciate you for being here. For anybody that's listening in, thank you. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys are enjoying content. That's what we've been trying to do. So, there is a drop currently live. That, of course, was a clip from Young Frankenstein, one of the best movies ever made. If you've never seen it, do so. It's a classic comedy from Mel Brooks. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. It's so good. Tony, thank you for feeding Billy and keeping the community happy. We're good for a while here, I think, on that regard. Before I left, Tony said, yes, and you're very here. I may be helpful. He's referring to me being around in the Billy board. Man, that lo-fi music is so cool. I agree 100%. And he says, I am enjoying the show. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It does go a long way in keeping us motivated as content creators. So let's dive right back in and play some Dookey Dash. 16 energy left. Okay, we're actually playing pretty well thus far. I did just top off my adult beverage. I got a little bit more of that rum that I had the other night. It's quite good. It's like a 18-year-old spiced rum, Dooley's or something it's called. Quite tasty. A gift to me from my girlfriend's sister at Hanukkah last year, I believe, is where she gave that to me. And it sat around for a while. We're like, who's ever gonna drink this? None of us drink rum. And I'm like, we'll drink it eventually. And it's one of those rums where it's like, you don't mix it with anything. You just put it on ice and enjoy it that way. That's how good it is. So I didn't realize that it was good until this week. I didn't even try it. And so that's what I've been enjoying during these shows. Last couple shows. Usually I'll drink a beer or something, but ran out of beer, so we're drinking the rum, and the rum is way better than the beer. And I wish I had known about it sooner. Gets me loosey-goosey, speaking my mind, playing, you know, just kind of relaxes me a little bit. This is one of those games where if you're like really tense, it doesn't help. And, you know, you get a little bit of that adult beverage in you. It can help with the conversation flow as well. Just kind of loosens you up. I don't want to overdo it, but I certainly have. I certainly have on this show. There was one show where I was literally driving with one eye open because I couldn't see with both of them open. That was a fun one. So it's time for a drop. We'll get that going immediately after this ride here. And so in regards to the drops, let's talk about those some more. You know, if you're a content creator and you want to win this carnival, one, you need to be online as much as possible. Two, you need to be sending out the games as much as possible to get the most tickets. And the third most important thing is the R2-D2 again. Tony, it's a spiced rum, so it has flavor. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's straight from Jamaica or something. It's what Captain Morgan's supposed to taste like, but it doesn't, if that makes any sense. So the third thing you need to do as a content creator, the third most important thing is, of course, is to be online and giving out drops when the most people are online wanting the drops. And that's might be the most important thing. So, you know, the past couple of days, the amount of participants wanting drops has been a little bit lower. You know, there's a bit of decline. There's a bit of, I don't know, fatigue going on. Maybe people are satisfied with the number of drops they've gotten or the number of tickets they've gotten as a fan. Maybe they were, you know, a little bit of concern that they're No Country for Old Men here. There you go. Play it again. Yeesh. That's a big one. T-bone. Yeah, it is, you know, over ice. That's what I got. Just it over ice. It's great. So yeah, that third most important thing, of course, is I need to get a drop going because that's my job here. I think it's time. I was rambling so hard I forgot to do it. Third most important thing is to be providing drops when people want drops the most. That could be a specific time of day. It could be a specific time during the carnival. Okay, it's going. I can see the number moving. So I'm going to set that timer on my watch. That's the most important thing, is to know the time at which to fire them off is the fastest. 4 minutes, 39 seconds. You refresh your phone. And if you like your community, you do trivia. Because they can answer them quicker. But of course, you can get whack-a-moles off the fastest as content creators. So if you're watching content from a content creator that only does whack-a-mole, and they're happening as fast as possible, they are doing that to save themselves time. Whereas if you're at a content creator that's doing trivia, they are doing it for the community because the community likes trivia more. There's a little bit of meta there. So just know that when I do whack-a-mole, it's usually because I fucked up and I just got to get one off because I'm behind schedule. But the most important thing is to be online, providing the stream drops at the most important time during the day, as well as the most important times during the carnival. It all makes sense if you think about it in that regard. All right, back to it here. Tony says, I think not being able to collect them discourages some people. Right, we're talking about experience and gems, so people are worried that there's some back-end issues. I'll tell you, I've experienced this before where I wasn't able to collect my gems or experience for a few days. And it all was fine. After, they fixed the problem, I was able to claim them later. No worries. I was always like, well, these guys seem to know what they're doing. And there was never any issue. As far as I know, I didn't lose anything. I claimed them. I went up. Christian says, feed. Thanks for feeding Billy. Tony's been feeding Billy. Thanks for feeding Billy. But, yeah, for anybody that's worried about that stuff, don't worry about it. It's going to get fixed. The team is currently, on a business trip. They're at a conference. So it'll get fixed. It might not happen before the end of the carnival. But if it's preventing you from playing and you only have 40 tickets or something, just keep playing because you're still going to get your tickets. You're still getting your tickets. Right? Yeah, you're still getting your tickets. There was one time where I didn't claim my jams or my experience for 2 weeks. Just because I was like, it takes so much time to do it as a content creator. I can do it as the games happen. I can claim then. But the app has kind of been slow on the back end. So I just said, fuck it, I'll claim these all later because I'm not worried about them because I know that they're going to be good to go. And 2 weeks later, I spent an hour going back and claiming all of my shards. And I don't know how many places I jumped on the leaderboard because I just hadn't claimed all that stuff. It was 30 places. So I'm just letting you know, they're still good. They'll be there. We need to buy some power shards here from the store, so let's do that. Boosters. Let's buy 5 quick. And keep this rolling. Well, I already wasted enough time to do the drop, so I might as well wait. Get one ready to go. Thank you guys for feeding Billy. That, of course, is what we ask from the community now in order to do the drops. Because, it's, the way that the system is built is not exactly right in my mind. Because it's literally just about being on as much as possible and, spamming that button as fast as possible. And that's why I talk about this stuff and I'm sharing this information. It's all good. There's no hard feelings from me towards the team or from anybody else, any of the other content creators, anything like that. But the whole stream platform is about content creation and sharing content with, the fans of the community who like the content. So I'm trying to do it through content. Okay, we got a quiz up. I'm hitting this timer on my watch. That's the most important thing you can do as a content creator, is have something that really annoys the shit out of you so that you have to do it, or you don't forget, right? Go. Oop. You know, and another reason that I'm now like, please don't take offense to this. Please, nobody take offense to this. But another reason that I am now like asking for participation from the community members to get tickets from me is that I'm just worn out, and I want to know that you guys want to support the channel, support, you know, my tickets, because if you're out there and you're playing, you know, the games, and you've figured out a system as a fan to where you can play games from me and say Mr. Retweet and Cheeses and Cool all at the same time, and we're all on at the same time, nobody is making any ground on anybody else, because we're all distributing the same amount of tickets at the same time of the day. Here's Ferrari. Do love that one though. I really do. I think it's I love that it's old school, and that the guy goes flying out of that car. Just cracks me up. What I'm trying to get at here is that, you know, there's a problem from the content creators wanting to give out the most tickets, and there's also a problem in regards to the community wanting as many tickets as humanly possible. Therefore, the content creators are farming you guys, the fans, as well as the fans are farming us, the content creators. And there's no cap. Like, there's no point into where we should stop. We all know that only so many tickets are going to be used on the fan side in regards to getting the money from the fan pool. But here's another one from Ferrari. But in regards to the content creators, it's a ranking system. It's not like we're taking our tickets and trading them in for the prize pool for the content creators, which is $10,000. It's whoever ranks in the, you know, in order gets the most money. So because of that, like, there's no reason for us to stop giving out the tickets, because our job is to give out the most tickets to be the highest placed on the board. And so we're just going to keep giving out the tickets, and at a certain point, like, the amount of tickets that we've given out will be far more than the amount of tickets that will be able to be traded in as fans. And so I just think the carnival may be a little long in that regard, in the amount of tickets that, you know, can be dispersed. But there's nothing stopping the content creators from just keeping on going on. I should have stopped there and done a drop, so maybe I can multitask this and do it with my left hand whilst continuing to play here. So I gotta refresh this page. right? Because every second counts. Every second counts. Oh, yeah, I tried. But I did just launch it, so almost got it. Almost got it. Dang it. This is Super 8 again. Okay, I'm going to address the chat here because Tony said, I don't think of it like that. Okay. Yeah, all good, Tony. You know, I think there's a lot of angles you could take on this. I've got my angle. You've got your angle. Christian Nicodemus says, the current creators leaderboard, is it for this season or is it's a glitch, please? So the current creators leaderboard is based off of experience points and shards. It has nothing to do with tickets currently. Okay? So I'm currently third on the creator leaderboard because that is where I am after my accumulation of shards as a creator from since I became a creator, my daily shards, as well as I received a like a bonus pool of shards from finishing in third in Carnival 1. So that's all shards and experience. It has nothing to do with tickets, with the exception of the regard to like the amount of tickets I gave out in Carnival 1. The tickets aren't actually factored in there. I just got a bonus for placing in the top 10. So the leaderboard, I think, is accurate in regards to shards and experience. But it has nothing to do with tickets. Right now, there is no leaderboard for tickets. They keep it quiet. That way, people don't really know. I will tell you guys that today I put my total tickets on the Billy board. I don't know if anybody noticed, but it's in there. If you want to know how many tickets I have distributed over this past 2 weeks, it's there. If any other content creators want to know, it's in there. If you want to try and catch up or try and beat me, the number is there. It's very high. Okay? Thank you for feeding Billy, Christian, as well. We're going to keep on playing Dookey Dash. Let's go. We have 2 minutes. We can get one in here. So in regards to that, like, I think, you know, I kind of came to the point where, like, okay, I have been basically online trying to provide content, doing what I do, doing this show. I was one of the, you know, I was fortunate in that I was able to get on early during the carnival at the right times when people wanted tickets the most. So I got out to a nice lead. I think. Here's Ferrari 2. And so, you know, I was lucky. I tried to stream. I tried to stream right when the carnival started, but it wasn't working. You know, the app wouldn't see that I was online. And so I took a break. I was like, all right, well, I'll try again later. I came back a few hours later. I turned on my live stream. It wasn't working. And I was like, okay, well, this is, you know, this is what I do. Like, I practice Dookey Dash, trying to get in the tournament. And so I just did my stream anyway. And then at a certain point during that stream, it must have been like 15-20 minutes into it, the app just started working for me. So then I was able to distribute, you know, the drops and the tickets. And because it was the first night, I just did a really long couple hour space. And I think I got off to a really nice lead there right there in the first day. And because of that, I have just kind of kept my foot on the gas pedal. You know, some people weren't able to get their stream working. I don't know if they were just not letting their stream be live long enough to where it was recognizing their information. But I spent time trying to help some of the content creators get online, try to, you know, help them so that they could keep up or try and catch up. I spent a couple of days not going that hard. So for some people, if they wanted to try and catch up, they could. But, you know, at the end of it, it's a pretty good, nice chunk of money. So I didn't want to just forfeit my placing. You know, and we didn't really know the placing either, right? So time of day is important. Content is important. How fast you can rip the drops off is important. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know, like, I did get a nice lead at the beginning. And I did get a drop going here. So let's get that timer going there on the screen. But I never, you know, I took my foot off the gas pedal for a bit to try and let some people catch up. That way it didn't feel so bad towards the end here. But, you know, once I saw that everybody was able to get their streams working and stuff and gave them some time to catch up, I just put my foot back on the gas pedal and away we went. So we've been doing nothing but content since then. Like, I have not let up, to say the least. So if you guys want to know how many tickets I have, it's in there. It's in the Billy board. It's a lot. I think we're good. I guarantee our tickets are valid and we'll be in the top 10. So if you have tickets from me, you'll be able to trade them in 100%. I gotta buy a few more of these stupid things. One at a time, of course. Tony Nicodemus, thank you. Christian Nicodemus, thank you for feeding Billy. We're going to continue going here. It is currently 12:55. I did say we would stop at 1:15. So let's keep that target. We'll have about 20 more minutes left of the show. Of course, this is Late Night with Dookey with me, Stones XYZ. Thank you for joining me again. If you're a repeat offender, if it's your first time, welcome in. If you're new to stream and you're interested in joining the platform, let me know. There's a command there on the screen. If you need a referral, it's !stream drop. It'll give you a link to my referral code for stream. Sign up. It is a great platform. I prefer it when the carnival is not happening. It's it's like best for people who appreciate content on a daily basis. So if you are a fan of, Gamer Steve or whatever, he plays GTA 5. He's on Steam, but he does GTA content. So if you're like, oh, I would watch that every day for an hour or whatever, you could easily get your daily experience and gems from him watching his content during his streams, because he's a consistent streamer. I mean, he has 5 million or something subscribers. I mean, he knows what he's doing. And so consistency is the most important thing when it comes to a content creator. It's like you need a schedule, you need to have shows planned out, you need to have ideas about what you're going to do. I've been kind of building up my content over the carnival. When we started, it was just the Dookey Dash show. Since then, we've switched it up a little bit, where now it's like this talk show thing. Obviously, we've got our 3 other shows going now. So when I said put my pedal to the metal, I meant it in regards to I'm gonna just bring some content. I'm bringing some content I've definitely provided some interesting shows for people. We've got the online surgery show with me, of course, that's XYZ, where I literally just build content in front of people while live. And that is content. Here's R2D2 again. We love this one. Let's go. The show. So we've been doing whatever we can to keep our pedal to the metal. You know? I'm sure I've pissed some people off. And that's really not my intent. Like, any of the community members that I have angered or kind of frustrated a little bit, like, please know, like, it's not about you. It's not me being mad at you guys or anything like that. It's just, like, I want us to have fun together. Like, it's supposed to be about fun, The carnival's supposed to be fun. And after a week and a little over a week, I'm like, this isn't fun anymore. How can I make it more fun? So that's where we're at. Here's No Country for Old Men. All right, so welcome back. These clips are too short. I can't even catch my breath. Do we need a drop going? Did it just go off? I think the rum's kicking in, Tony. I think the rum is kicking in. It says drop on the screen, so it probably means I need to do a drop. And like a week ago, the app was working very well in regards to telling you how many people were participating. But like today, all day long, it's trucking so hard on the back end that it doesn't even tell you like the number of participants and stuff, unless you wait until it collects all that data on the back end, which takes longer than the time it does to launch another one. So for anybody that's been feeding Billy, I can't even tell you how many people have been playing today. And I can tell you guys, like, I don't need to do this through the weekend. I could stop. I'm good. But I'm going to keep going. Because that's the point. It's to have the drive to want to win the right way. That's what I've been trying to do. So this is the Apples and Experience quiz. It should be going any second. Spamming it. Maybe. Let's go, button. Take a sip of my drink. Okay. That's going. Hit the old stopwatch. That's important. Do the timer over here. Adi, good to see you. GM Joshua, thanks for feeding Billy. Tony, thanks for feeding Billy. And Tony also says, he says he watches Steve. He says I watch him, he's good. And then I ran across this show and became a fan. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So, right there, it sounds like because Steve was on stream, Tony was enjoying that content, and then because of the app itself, it shows you all the content creators who are online that would be or could potentially be doing the stream drop. So Tony found me probably through the app, which means that the app is working as intended. Is that right? If that's true, that's cool, and I appreciate you for joining me, and you've been nothing but great. I think you might be in my top 5 of the community members who really do like me. I know that Astro likes the show. The General likes the Turtle Show. Tony, you're kind of all over the place, but you're still pretty new. But I know you like this show, so thank you for being here. I know you like the Billy board. Thanks for hanging out in there. You've been nothing but great as far as keeping Billy fed and keeping everybody else happy that may or may not want to partake in supporting content. So whenever somebody feeds Billy, just know that you are supporting the channel, because I then provide a stream drop, which then whoever's out there playing the stream drop game, if they're watching the content or not, is indirectly supporting the channel by feeding me tickets. So if you don't want me to win, or you want a different content creator to win the carnival, if you don't want me to win, you should definitely not be playing my stream drop games. If you want, say, Steve the Gamer to win, you should only play his games, because every time he gets a ticket, he goes up. But if you're playing everybody's games at once, it's just like a wash. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Now, I realize as a fan, your goal is to get as many tickets as possible. So you're like, whatever, I'm just going to get as many tickets as possible. But if you really wanted to pick a battle, like, that's how you would do it. All right. Pick your sides, you know. Let's play some more Dookey Dash. I got a minute and a half. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Late night with Dookey, of course. Where I spill the beans. About Carnival 2. Now, if anybody has any other questions or anything they're like concerned about, you know, I know that some of you aren't listening. We do have a good amount, a good viewer count right now, so that's awesome. Thank you guys. It's been all over the map over the past 2 weeks. You know, I would say that first night that we were doing the carnival, I did a stream. It was maybe like a 3-hour stream, and I was like, man, these numbers are kind of crazy, like the number of people that were playing the stream drops. But I also knew that people were, you know, trying to get online and having a hard time, and so at a certain point I was like, well, I could keep going, but I didn't. I was like, well, this is when I was going to end the show, so I just did my regular show. I maybe went a little bit long, but like not an excessive. I could have just stayed up all night and like went ham, but I didn't. I just did my regular slots that I always do, and then, you know, I spent. There was I was trying to help somebody. I was trying to help NFT Cheeses get online, because he was having trouble getting his stream going. He's been having issues with his off and on, but here is Super 8.
Oh my god!
That was quick. Should we do it again? Let's do it again. I didn't even see it.
Oh my god!
Double the fun on that one, I think. So yeah, I mean, that I spent some time like trying to help people get their streams going. Like, Jesus couldn't get his stream going. I don't know what he was doing wrong. I don't know what I was doing right. But I got a call with him, and I was like, okay, just start streaming. And he's like, it's not working. I'm like, okay, just leave it going. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, just leave it going. Leave your stream on and see what happens. And then it magically worked for him, right? And he's like, what the fuck? What did you do differently? I'm like, you just gotta let it warm up, man. And so he just basically at that point didn't shut his stream off for days because he was worried that it wouldn't come back on and work. So there was definitely some times there where he was not there, but he was afraid to shut his stream off because if he did, it wouldn't be able to get it back on. but I helped him get it to work. And then me and him had like a 3-hour long conversation while streaming on YouTube, talking just about random shit. So all that whole time I wasn't doing drops. I could have been doing drops, but I didn't. Okay. Audie, thanks for feeding Billy. Joseph Emmanuel, I don't know what you said. You deleted it. Is it true we wouldn't be able to redeem all of our tickets? 100%. If you get too many tickets, you're not going to be able to redeem them all. Yeah. There's only so much money in the prize pool, and everybody has access to it all at the same time. So it all will be gone after a certain amount of claims. A couple of days, 4 or 5 days. So if you have, say you have 10,000 tickets, and you can only claim 50 tickets a day, or 50 tickets every 12 hours, all those excess tickets are just going to get burned. They're not going to be able to use them. And then Tony says, does it really matter to cash some things in early to get $1 or $2? I don't know. I don't know what maybe you're referring to the tickets. But, obviously the content creator pool is a bit larger in regards that it goes to 10 people and there's $10,000. So, like, if you get first, I think it's $2,000. If you get 10th, it's maybe like $500, and it scales in between there. So, there's a bit more incentive for us than there are for the fans. Like, for Carnival 1, as a fan, I was able to redeem 50 tickets 3 times because I had 150, like 5 tickets. And I think I got around $50 US dollars in total for those 3 redemptions. So you guys can take that information however you want. It's random, like what you get out of the pool when you redeem. So you could get $2, you could get $10. But I think on average it's around $7, $8, $6, $7, $8. But there's a time limit on the redemptions, and I know for, like, depending on your time zone, it's not exactly ideal when it opens as well. Or maybe it's I don't even actually truly remember how it worked, but I know that whenever I would pop on the app, it'd be like, you want to redeem your tickets? And I'd be like, yeah. And then it would tell me that I couldn't redeem again for so many hours or whatever. And then I kind of just forgot. But I only had 150 tickets, so it was no big deal. I definitely missed some claim opportunities in regards to the window of time. But I didn't have too many tickets to care about, so I still was able to redeem everything. But if I would have had like 250 tickets, I might have missed out on like redeeming 100 of them because I missed some time of opportunity to claim. Well, Mr. Retweet's here. This guy's a legend when it comes to answering questions about Carnival 1. So, if you guys have any questions for him, congratulations on becoming a content creator, by the way. Your first day spamming tickets while providing content. I appreciate that. He's at least playing poker and being completely insane over there. He was trying to get Billy to give him control of my account so that he could have all my tickets. And I saw this. I saw Billy was over there, and Billy was doing his thing. That's for sure. This is Ferrari too. Okay, we should be back. So I think if I recall correctly, Mr. Retweet had like 1,000 tickets in season 1. Like, his goal was just to get as many tickets as possible. or his target was like, I'm gonna get 1,000 tickets, whether I can redeem them or not, or something like that. But he knows that most of his tickets just went in the trash. And so, if you guys have questions about tickets and stuff, he was a fan during the first carnival. I joined as a creator midway through the first carnival, so I didn't really do the fan thing. I just did this as hard as I could because I joined late, so I did it, as hard as I could for like a week. But I always streamed this game when I was doing it because I was a YouTube content creator the first time, and the first carnival allowed X content creators as well as YouTube content creators. And so the content I provided was just kind of my daily log, my video log of me trying to, break this top 250 rank in Dookey Dash. And then I did, start adding the video clips and just making it a little bit more fun. But I didn't have a microphone. I did have chat on the screen, but I definitely have. The show has changed, and it's all for good. Like I knew then that it wasn't the greatest content I could provide, but I also didn't have time to improve it because I was like, I want to rank high in the carnival. So I'm like, it's good enough until the carnival's over, then I can improve it. So I just went as hard as I could during that week playing this. And that's how I ended up in third in the first carnival. And through the guerrilla tactics of, giving out a drop every 5 minutes. Which, by the way, I owe you guys a drop, so I'm sorry that I've delayed you in that regard. Again, I don't need them. I don't need them. If you want them, you can have them, but I don't need any more. That's where we're at here in this situation. Okay, of course, the current show is Late Night with the Dookey. If you don't know that, where have you been? Also, if you do !show in the chat, it'll tell you what the current show is. So this quiz is always available during all of our shows. And I just changed the answers to the other show. So if you ever need to know the show, just type !show and it'll tell you the answer. Sometimes I don't change the quiz. So you should find out what the answer is by typing !show so that you know what the correct answer is, even if the show is not accurate to what the quiz is. Does that make sense? It's funny. Okay, so that is fired off. I gotta, get the timer here on the screen going so you guys think that there's one coming in exactly 4 minutes 39 seconds. There may or may not be. I'm gonna scroll up here and get to the chat because we are chitty chatty over here. I appreciate you guys. Mr. Retweet popped in. He said he fed Billy. Thanks for feeding Billy. He's been feeding Billy as well as telling people to feed Billy in his community. So thank you for doing that. This is what I'm talking about. It's like we can all support each other. The Billy board does that when other people are live and the content's good enough. Like I'll put them on the Billy board so that you guys, if you guys are hanging out with me, you can see what's going on somewhere else if you want to go and support a different creator. That's kind of why I built it. And then Tony says, oh, Mr. Retweet misses Billy. 2 more for you. Fed him a couple of times. Tony says, so you must have cryptocurrency to redeem. In regards to the tickets, no, you don't need to have cryptocurrency to redeem. You need to have a Binance wallet, a Binance Smart Wallet address to redeem. You're gonna exchange your tickets, and then the team is gonna send you USDT, which is a US dollar tether coin, and that will then go to your wallet. So you don't need tickets to redeem your you don't need cryptocurrency to redeem your tickets. However, you're gonna need some BNB in that wallet in order to perform a transaction to get that money from that wallet to wherever your exchange or whatever. So yes and no is the correct answer there. Mr. Retweet says rank number 1 is ours in no time. You can have it, man. If you want it, you just have to go, I don't know. If you want to beat me, go look in the Billy board and see how many tickets we have. I think you probably know, but like, I don't think there's enough time from now until the end of the carnival. If I stopped, I don't think there's enough time from now till the end of the carnival if you were on 24 hours a day spamming drops as fast as humanly possible, which 4 minutes 39 seconds is your magic number. I don't think you could do it because I don't think the desire is there from the community anymore. It will pick up here in the next 2 days, but I don't think the desire is going to be there hard enough for you to actually surpass me or anybody else that it could be in the top 5 at this point. But you can definitely still get into the top 10. And then Tony D says, I never knew about Carnival 1. I really didn't either. Like, I just got an email one day and that said, hey, you've been approved as a content creator for the Stream app. Because when I signed up as a creator. And that was like in July. And I was like, if they approve me, I'll just become a content creator. Cool. I'll just then figure out what I want to do for content, which is exactly what I did. Mr. Retweet says, Billy steal it for one feed. 2,500. Nice. Yeah. 2,500 tickets. You can have them, dude. I'll tell Luca to take 2,500 tickets off of my tally and just send them straight to you. Maybe I'll do that. I'll be like, hey, Luca, can you take 50,000 of my tickets and just disperse them amongst the other creators evenly? So I don't feel bad. Pablo Gaming says, can I redeem up to 500 tickets in Season 2? I don't know the correct answer to that. I would say that you could redeem 50 tickets at least 3, 4, 5 times, maybe. But like, we don't know the number. There's way more people playing Carnival 2 than there were in Carnival 1. And you potentially have some people with multiple accounts, which means there's extra people trying to get extra money. And then Pablo says, Mr. Retweet. I think he was asking Mr. Retweet. So Tony D says, you're so kind of new as well. Maybe he's talking about Mr. Retweet. So Mr. Retweet is first today, now, a content creator. He got converted. So congratulations again. Mr. Retweet's awesome. He's over there playing poker, but at least he's like, he talks in the chat and he's a little bit kooky. Sometimes, I can't think of his name, takes over. And so he's like 2 personalities on one account, which is fine. At least over here there's me and then there's Billy, which is a totally different thing. It's not me, that's Billy. Mr. Retweet's literally 2 people. So, Tony when was the first carnival? It was about a month ago. Maybe 6 weeks ago. Thanks for feeding Billy, Tony. Mr. Retweet says, Carnival's almost over. Just get as much as you can. Support your favorite creator, me, Stones. Thanks, Mr. Retweet. It's all good. Support whoever you want. If you just want tickets, just gobble the tickets. It's all good. Nobody's gonna care. Last feed for Billy, thanks. Joshua fed Billy, thank you. Tony's laughing, wow. And then Tony says, when did you become a creator? I became a creator a week into the Carnival 1, so I was a week behind. Everybody had a week head start on me, and then I was like, okay, well, if I want, I didn't even quite understand how the Carnival worked fully. I just knew that after reading it, that basically it meant, okay, so I just gotta give out as many tickets as possible to try and catch up to these guys, because I'm behind a week. And so that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure out how long it takes me to do a drop, which I owe you guys a drop, so let's do that. I'll keep talking, not playing the game that we're supposed to be playing. Provide a drop. Okay, so like I said before, the time of day is very important. So on that last one, because we let it run and finish its job of counting the numbers in the back end, I can tell you that we had 415 people on that one, which is I think the best number I've seen in the past 24 hours. So this time slot right now is very good. And if you're a content creator and you want to win the carnival and you're not on right now, you are doing yourself an injustice. So I may not be providing the best content. However, I am providing drops at the right time of day. My scrolly thing just went nuts through the chat here, but I think I'm caught up. Pretty close here. No ID, good to see you. Thanks for feeding Billy. Pablo, thanks for feeding Billy. No ID says, what did you hear about people with multiple accounts? I've heard that people have multiple accounts. That's all I can say about that. There's definitely some people who are chatting in, some of my shows that they come in and they say, hey, it's me, this other person from this other account that you might notice. So I know there are people with multiple accounts. It's a thing. People are doing it. Are people going to be punished for it? Who knows? Maybe. Nobody said anything about it. So people are trying to get as many tickets as they can, but some people are trying to get as many tickets as they can spread out amongst, multiple accounts so that they can guarantee that the tickets that they've earned can be redeemable, which means that they have an advantage over somebody that has a lot of tickets because they now have, they'll be able to get to the door earlier because each one of those accounts redemption windows is earlier in regards to that main account that would have a lot of tickets, which would slowly lose out over time. Tony says, so you've been a creator for under a year? Yes, I've been a creator for like a month and a half. Did anyone get their accounts banned by any chance? I don't know. I don't think so. And then Tony D says, I like the content. It's different. Yeah, so in regards to that, Tony, I was a member of the Steam community. So, I was participating as a fan. I was getting my daily experience and my gems, participating in, where I absorb most of my content in regards to getting the drops and stuff when the carnival's not happening is through NFT Cheese's daily Twitter show, because I'm, I spend time in Web3 and I like his content. I think he's very funny. At this point now, me and him kind of talking back and forth once in a while. Sometimes I go on the show and talk. Not very often, but I do sometimes. So he was the one who introduced me to stream through his X show, as his Twitter space. And, it was just like, hey, if anybody's in here listening, I'm doing this thing now. It's called Stream. You can earn daily experience for supporting the show. And I'm like, well, I'm here every day. I listen to the show every day, so I might as well do it. So I signed up. And then when I signed up, there was an option to sign up as a fan or a creator. And I just chose creator because I was like, who knows? Maybe they'll think I'm good or something. But I didn't have any content or anything other than I had a Twitch page and I had an X page with some followers. But I didn't have any content to share at that point. But at some point, they just emailed me and said, hey, here's your shot. And I was like, okay, let's run with it. And if you I like NFT Cheeses and I like his show. So if you type !cheese in the chat right here, it'll give you a little message about when his show is and his Twitter handle if you want to follow him and go to his show, or even follow him, through the Stream app. You can go to his page. He does a Monday through Friday show. Sometimes he's trying to get it to a point where it's video cast onto YouTube as well, but he also uses some other platforms. But His main show is his X show, and it's great. So if you are interested in that, I don't know if you're a Web3 person, but if you just do !cheese, it'll give you a little more info. It'll at least give you his X tag if you want to follow him over there. But that's how I was on board to stream. And okay, we're really chatting now. I'm really losing my mind over on the chitter chatter. It's time for a drop, so let's get that going. Quicker than the drop timer, apparently, which is super loud. So, press the button, press the button. That's how fast you can launch a whack-a-mole if you got it timed right. If you got it timed right, that's how you do whack-a-mole as fast as possible. Okay. And then Tony says, like the discussions you're having now. Yeah, so, to come back to that, like, I came up through the stream community, and so I'm, like, building my, I guess, rapport with the community up from the ground through them. So, without them wanting, stream drops during Carnival 1, I definitely wouldn't have much to give anyone. And so, I really do appreciate the stream community and everybody that supported this channel in any regard. If you've come and got a ticket for me or whatever, or you're just trying to finish off your daily experience or whatever, and I was on at the right time of the day, it's all good. Like, that's kind of the point. Like, your goal as a fan is to max out your daily experience. My goal as a creator is to max out my daily experience. This is the way the system is set up. So if you can't get all of your stuff in during one content show, and you're like, well, I don't want to miss out on my daily caps, like, you go searching for somebody else. And that's probably how some people found me. And that's why the platform is cool. And Mr. Retweet says, Stone is a legend. You're a legend, dude. You're the legend. Mr. Retweet, fed Billy. Steal the files, don't tell Stones. Okay, well, that's public knowledge now. Thanks so much. All right. I've been talking hard and fast. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Throat's starting to get a little clunky. I've gone longer than I said I would. Which is typical. I like to break promises. I'm never on time for my scheduled shows. But I'm always close. So this one, the app's working pretty good right now for some reason. There's a minute left, and we have 269 people right now. 70. A minute to go. I bet this breaks 400. We can talk about it. I'm not afraid to share. The most important thing is to be online at the right times. Giving out as many stream drops as possible. No ID, thanks for feeding Billy. Tony, I'm new to the stream community. I heard of it through the Gamer Steves. Yeah, so you have exactly done what I did. So I heard of it through NFT Cheeses. You heard of it through Steve the Gamer. I like his content, by the way. It's great. I never knew of him before stream. Like, I haven't played GTA 5. I think he only streams GTA 5, but I haven't played it since it came out. But I saw him as a content creator on the app, and I was like, oh, this guy's great. And, I was like kind of just doing research and went over there. And, with the Billy board, I'm like constantly trying to put everybody up on the Billy board to share that, this, if you want to go over here, like, this guy's doing this doing this. This young lady's doing this. Like, you go pick and choose your battles, and pick and choose the content you want to enjoy. And so because of that, like, I've found these other guys as well. I mean, there's a couple of the racing guys that are pretty interesting. So, obviously some of them speak different languages that I don't speak, but because they're, part of the stream community and, doing the stream drops, I put them up there on the board, even though I don't know what's going on, and I don't, if they are doing audio that is, part of the show, I just leave that on as well. So it can get crazy in the Billy board when you've got the guy from Saudi Arabia going, you've got the guy from the Philippines going, you've got the guy from Spain going, you got Steve the Gamer going, you got somebody else going, you got 5 different languages going on there at once. It's kind of nutty. And then he says the modders has done some wonderful things with GTA 5. Yeah, he does mod stuff, right? So like, I think there was one day where I was over there and he's like literally, like he's the police. Like he's running around as the police or something. It was crazy. I was like, I don't even know what's going on. All right, well, it's time for a stream drop. The thing went off. So again, part of the content I provide here is to tell you as a content creator how to win Carnival 2. And the most important thing you can do is, of course, get your drops off as fast as possible at the right times of day, as long as you can go for. So the timer went off, and because I felt like I was a second or two behind, I did a whack-a-mole, which I'm telling you guys the community hates, because they can't get them done fast enough if they're farming tickets. But I did it. It's off. Okay, let's play one more round here. We're over time, but we haven't played any Dookey Dash in like 45 minutes, is what it feels like. So some people out there probably just have been watching that same screen, which is okay, because it's kind of a talk show at this point, right? Okay, here we go. One run. We're gonna wrap, say goodbye, and then I'll take a couple minutes off. I'll fire up the Billy board. If anybody wants to go hang out in there, I'll be on for maybe 30, 45 more minutes. And then what I'm going to do, and I'll do drops while I'm in there, but what I'm going to do then is leave it up, and I'm going to put a replay of maybe this show in there, and it's just going to play through the Billy board, and it's going to provide an audio visual experience remix of this show. And that's what that does. And so then I know that, like, and then I'll put a bulletin up in there that says, hey, I'm not here. Enjoy this remix of this show if you like. But know that if you're here, drops are off. I will not be doing drops until I return at whatever time. And it takes literally one click for anybody to go in there and see that pin message or what have you. I'm not in there spamming drops all night. It's on, but I'm not in there spamming drops. The messaging is clear. If you want drops, I'll be back at whatever time. And all I ask is a little bit of participation. Okay, well, that was the worst final run of a show I've ever done, probably. I've probably done worse, but we gotta do our crash. We'll do this one. All right, that one looks good in the remix, so it's funny when it plays on there. Thank you guys for being here for Late Night with the Dookey with me, Stones XYZ. Thank you, Tony, for being really super active in the chat, asking all sorts of questions. It really helps with the show when any one person is interacting with the creator. It makes it kind of almost like an interview process. It's like if you were on Late Night with David Letterman. He's asking you questions. You're answering the questions. You guys are having a back and forth. It only takes one person to make this show work. And so a specific shout out and thank you to Tony today for doing that on this show, asking great quality questions. Thank you to everybody who fed Billy. Thank you, Mr. Retweet. Thank you, Astro. Astro, you've been a great supporter of the show as well. I shouted you out earlier if you weren't here listening. So if you wanted to go back and listen in, you can. But you've been here since the beginning, man. I really do appreciate you for all the support over the time. Joshua, thanks for feeding Billy. No ID, thanks for feeding Billy. And I think that's a good place. That's me scrolling back up through here just a little bit. But Astro says, I just noticed that you could watch the channel from the stream app directly without going to the creator's stream on YouTube. That's correct. That's how a lot of people are kind of skipping the content and just playing the games. And that's unfortunate because, you know, the viewership numbers are important. The subscriber numbers are important. If we want to like build our channels up for real, like from the ground up, that stuff is important. And so, you know, we've had a little bit of back and forth. Like, obviously I want you guys to sub. If you're enjoying the content, I want you to sub, but I'm not forcing you guys to sub. For some of you that I may have pissed off, please unsub. I don't care. Like, that's fine. I am doing this through the stream community. Like, if my channel doesn't grow one more person, but they keep doing carnivals, or they keep doing the daily, you know, gems, experience, shards thing, I'm still going to be here because I think that what they're doing is great. I know that they're backed by Animoca, which is a great Web3 company. So I know at some point there will be that cool, awesome airdrop for everybody. I don't know if it's going to be huge, but, you know, as a content creator, it might be a little bit bigger than a fan. And so I am actively trying to be placed well on that for a potential, you know, nice paycheck. So, you know, I'm not afraid to share that information with you guys. Like, that's important stuff. But the way that their platform is built here is that it's set up in a way for content creators to grow. And that's why I'm doing this. And I've grown a lot. I've grown from 0 to what we've got now. So, and I think it's cool. I want the platform to succeed. I want the stream platform to succeed, and I want it to succeed in the right ways. And, you know, it's very early. There's some things that are obviously wrong, but it's okay. You know, I just talk about this stuff openly. So. Esther says, thanks for the drop stones. You're welcome. Yeah, and you have so many answers, says Tony. You're welcome. Tony says, I try to ask the viewers to at least give a like if they're not viewing. No, that's all good. The thing about the game room is where some people are participating on stream drops is you don't have to listen in and you don't have to watch the content. You can just play the drops from there. Which is why I have this like sound on the screen, and like I know that people are over there, so I'm like I try to pull them in. But it's all good. It's all good. We're good. Like we're good. We're growing. Our subscriber count is continuing to go up. And we're having a fun time, and that's the most important part. Is we're having fun. I'm not going anywhere after this carnival is over. I will still be here every day doing, some content of some sort, because I want to, get my daily shards as a content creator, and also, provide an opportunity for those of you out there to get your experience points and your gems, at different times of the day where it may be more impactful for you. Like, because time of day is important as well. Because sometimes there's nobody online if you want to, finish off your daily experience in gems. and you're like, there's 2 hours left. Who's gonna, how am I gonna finish my stuff? Nobody's here to do that for me. And so, as I found like an afternoon show right before the daily flip is a good spot, because people that are close but not finished can come in and do that. And Tony also says, yeah, but if it wasn't for you guys, it wouldn't be many drops. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, yeah, I mean, you've got two different types of content creators here. You've got the stream community content creators that know how to play the stream drop game. And then you've got the real content creators. We're all real content creators, but you've got like these Web 2 content creators who are being onboarded to the platform, and they're still new to it and trying to convert those people. And so there's still a bit of learning curve for those fans to get on and, maybe understand the Web 3 side of things, right? So all the Web 3 people that are in stream, they know, like, your goal is to maximize everything as best you can, especially if there's an airdrop of cryptocurrency at some point, because it's going to scale. So whoever's at the top is going to get the most, and whoever's at the bottom is going to get the least. And so they want to get that advantage. And experience and gems and shards are all an advantage over somebody else who may be being onboarded today. For example, say you join today, you're behind all of these people that have been in stream since July or whatever it started. Does that make sense? It's a reward system for time as well as commitment. Okay. Well, definitely gone a lot longer than expected. We are going to do the thanks for hanging panel. I'll throw this in the chat here. I think my mic is still on. I'm going to do a drop. I know that I did not do my job of providing drops as fast as humanly possible. So I apologize to anybody that didn't get as many drops as they should have during this show. But here is our sub quiz. If anybody wants to sub and hasn't subbed, it's straightforward. This is, have you subbed? Yes, no? If you have, great. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for supporting the show. If you haven't and you don't want to, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Thank you for being here. Maybe we'll get you later. You know what I'm saying? But thanks again. This has been Late Night with Dookey with me, Stone6YZ. Another fantastic, wonderful shout out to Tony D for being a strong supporter of the show and other shows. You guys are the goats. Tony, you're a goat. You're welcome. You don't have to thank me, though. I'm thanking you. Thank you so much. AJ Powers, good to see you. Thanks for feeding Billy right here at the end. We are going to flip over to the boardroom in the next 5-10 minutes and just put it up. There will be some drops once the drops start working again, but I will probably guarantee that I'm going to bed within the next 45 minutes. Thanks again, guys. It's been a blast. Carnival is still going. A few more days. Hang in there. If you're just starting, ramp it up. Talk to you soon. Bye.